like I was saying, the first thing that struck me was that you need a big anarchy symbol, which has really not become so important in the piece as other things did. But then the other things that hit me straight away was, I suppose it's a generational thing. I was thinking Lenny the Lion. Well, you need a Lenny in there somewhere, which is quite, well, I thought it was obvious, but you were saying earlier on it's not so obvious. So I thought, well, you need a Lenny in there somewhere. That's one of the most obvious things. And you also need a Simba, because that's also one of the most obvious things. So then I'm thinking, well, how are you going to get Lenny and Simba? And with graffiti artists come along and spray something on the wall. Then later on, or the next day, someone comes along and sprays something over the top of it, and then someone comes along and sprays something over the top of that. So you get this overlapping, like you've got these yellow letters that have gone underneath the white letters, which have gone underneath the pink letters, and then people have sprayed things on the top of that. So you get this weird, and most of the time you can't read what it says anyway, because their tags and logos are so strange. But even when you can read it, it gets covered up, so it's very difficult to work out what it is. And what I'm trying to do with a painting like this is I'm trying to make it just possible to work out what it actually says. With these yellow letters here, it really doesn't matter. I don't know what that says. But with the white, I want you to try and work out, and it takes a bit of doing, but that's an S. Then behind there, there's a, what's this? There's a dot on top of what is it must be a letter I, and that's definitely an N. Then the B here, this was strange because the B then has gone around the corner into the doorway there, so that plays with the perspective, which, when you painted the picture, you have to stop and think about how that works. And then somebody's, graffiti painted the A, which is doing the opposite thing, coming back out again on when the doorway comes out. But you've got S-I-M-B-A, so you've got Lenny and Simba, which were, to me, the most important names to have on the painting. But then I've tried to get everything else in as well. I've not got everything else in. There's loads of stuff I could have done. Anyway, there you go.